Welcome, Kleschka crew, to Kleschka Picks week number 4. Before we get into all my predictions, somebody asked if they could see my fantasy football team for this year, and the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Here it is. I feel like I have one of the best teams in our league. It is a 10-man league. I am led by Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. Come on. That's just right there, a fantastic start. And then Alvin Kamara is my RB1. Still expecting some bigger production from him. I'm sure that will come. And then DK Metcalf is who I took at wide receiver 1. But my wide receiver 2, or should I say my quarterback 2, Cooper Kupp, has been going off. And I don't know why, but a lot of people were like,
oh, Robert Woods is going to be the guy that's going to be the #1 for the Rams.
I thought it was Cooper Kupp all along. I felt that way last season with him, and going into this draft, that clearly paid off for me. So thank goodness he fell to me. And then Mike Williams has been a great wide receiver 3. I also had the Rams defense, and that has been beautiful. So I'm feeling very good going forward. I'm currently 2-1 in our league, and now we're getting started with these Kleschka picks.
Let's go, let's go!
The Jags and the Bengals, Battle of the Jungle Cats on Thursday Night Football. The Bengals beat the Steelers last week. Joe Burrow had a solid game. Joe Mixon is looking good. And the Jaguars lost to the Cardinals. Still, no first NFL win for Trevor Lawrence. Who knows how long it's going to take. He's got to improve. The whole team has to improve for the Jaguars. And that is why I see them suffering a downfall. Another L this week, Thursday night. The Bengals look like they got a good run going, and I think that'll easily continue here against the Jaguars. So give me the Bengals beating them 23-17. Chiefs and Eagles. The Chiefs lost to the Chargers last week. Mahomes was not able to get it going early in the game. And as the game went on, it gave the Chiefs a little bit of hope. But in the end, the Chargers were able to hold on, fight the entire game, and pull out the victory. The Eagles, they were not able to pull out a victory against the Cowboys last week. Took an L. They were struggling, and the Cowboys defense was on fire, and it was a bad loss for Philadelphia. I think that's going to be the case this week. I think Philadelphia does not have the firepower to, if they did not have the firepower to keep up with the Cowboys, I don't think they got the firepower to keep up with the Chiefs. I know Mahomes is not going to be like this for the whole season. I'm sure this might be a turnaround game for the Chiefs entirely. So give me the Chiefs beating the Eagles in this one, 30-20. Lions and Bears. The Lions lost to the Ravens last week in heartbreaking fashion. Only a way the Lions could lose. I'm sure any other team would have escaped that fate, but the Lions, no. It happens to the Lions. Those are the kind of things that happen. What am I referring to? That would be Justin Tucker breaking the NFL field goal record and hitting it for a walk-off against the Lions. Oh, that is so funny. And you got the Bears, who basically didn't even show up last week. They took an L to the Browns. And this week, I don't know, both of these teams are, you know, they're on the same level of mediocrity, and I feel like the Bears have a better shot to turn things around. I feel like the Bears got more stars, and the Bears have better talent on offense and defense, so that is why I'm going to give it to them. And it just seems like the Lions just constantly hit bad luck, so give me the Bears getting back on track and beating the Lions 24-13. Football team and the Falcons. The football team took an L to Josh Allen and the Bills last week, mainly due to Josh Allen exploding with offense, which caused a ton of points for the Bills, being the downfall of the football team that week. And can they get a name? How long is it going to take? I cannot believe the whole offseason they did not put a process in to get this team a new name.
They're still the football team.
Blows my mind. And then you got the Falcons, who had a game-winning field goal over the Giants this week. The football team's defense has been allowing a lot of points this season, and I think they're still going to allow a decent amount to the Falcons, but the Falcons, I don't know, man. Matt Ryan's getting up there in age. I feel bad for Calvin Ridley. Would love to see him play for another team and see his, like, top potential, and I don't think all the potential of the Falcons is going to be able to be reached this week against the football team. Even though that defense is allowing tons of points, I think they will be able to be better offensively this week. So give me the football team beating the Falcons 27-24. Dolphins and Colts. The Dolphins lost to the Raiders last week, but they showed a lot of fight. Even with Tua Tagovailoa being injured, every time I pronounce that correctly, I feel like I should just get a little trophy. Anyways, yes, they fought with the Raiders, did take the L, but they were in it the entire game. And the Colts, they lost to the Titans. The Colts, Carson Wentz, not the answer. And it's not helping the offense as a whole. This week, seeing what the Dolphins did last week against the Raiders, who have impressed me so far this season, I think it should be an easy week for Miami. And I think they will continue to prove themselves that they can still be in the fight without Tua. And I think against the Colts, that's going to be clear as day. So give me the Dolphins beating the Colts 24-17. Titans and Jets. The Titans beat the Colts last week. Derrick Henry is still a monster. That dude is just impossible to stop. He's a human bulldozer. But an entire team that is easy to stop is the Jets. They were shut out last week by the Broncos. And with a team, a powerhouse like the Titans, and all the talent they have on offense, I think this is going to be a walk in the park. Zach Wilson has not shown that he is the answer so far. And it looks like that's going to be the trend moving forward into the season with Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill, and all those players on that Titans offense that are so stacked. I think they are literally going to have the most fun game they will have all season. So give me the Titans beating the Jets 33-10. Texans and Bills. Texans took an L to the Panthers last week, and the Bills got a big old W against the football team. Josh Allen went off. That offense, when Josh Allen is right, is good. It is great, especially when he's got Stephon Diggs as his wide receiver one. That is a great quarterback wide receiver duo. I had Diggs on my fantasy team last season, and I know what it's like to see that Bills offense rolling. That's what I'm seeing right now. So against the Texans, I think it's just like the last matchup right here, the Jets and Titans. I think it's similar to that. I think it's going to be a walk in the park victory with the Bills offense exploding. I think it is going to be hard to stop Josh Allen. So give me the Bills beating the Texans 34-20. Browns and Vikings. The Vikings beat my Seahawks last week. Looks like they were fine without Dalvin Cook. And the Browns, they beat the Bears. They were doing great. They really didn't have to try that hard, as the Bears only got 6 points. And Kareem Hunt had a great game rushing. And this Browns offense, we know it's stacked. They got a two-headed monster. Browns offense being the key factor to their victory. And I don't think the Vikings will be able to stop it. So give me the Browns beating the Vikings in a close one, though. 27-20. Giants and Saints. The Saints got a win against the Patriots. I was wrong on that one. I thought Bill Belichick would have a game plan to shut that team down, and he didn't. So this week against the Giants, I don't think they got a game plan. They are not looking good. Saquon is not returned to form yet, coming back from his injury. Alvin Kamara playing like Alvin Kamara, and he hasn't even hit the top tier yet. And I think as long as Jameis Winston is just average, doesn't even have to be great, he just has to be average, the Saints will be able to win, especially against a team like the Giants. So give me the Saints going off this week. I see an offensive explosion for them, and I think they beat the Giants 33-17. Panthers and Cowboys. The Panthers got a win last week, and I think they've been pretty lucky this season, honestly. I think that's going to stop here. Dak Prescott pulling out the victory last week against the Eagles looked great. Probably the best he has ever been in his career. He is just getting better. Looks like he's okay from that injury he suffered, and it looks like he's just going to keep climbing that mountain going forward. And I think the Panthers are going to come back down to earth. I think Dak Prescott is going to show them what they've been missing out on, and he's just going to have a similar game to what he did last week, and that's just going to be the trend for the Cowboys. If Dak is in the right position, if Zeke is running the ball well, then I think the Cowboys are very hard to beat. So give me the Cowboys beating the Panthers 30-23. Cardinals and Rams. Both of these teams are very hard to beat. The Cardinals with Kyler Murray got a victory last week over the Jags, and the Cardinals have been looking good. Kyler Murray has been looking great, but the Rams scare me. As a fan of a team that is in this division, the whole division scares me. It's so frustrating because all four of us are pretty damn good, and I think we are, at the lower end, and I hate that. The Rams They got Matthew Stafford, and that clearly has helped them a ton. He's been the missing piece. He loves Cooper Kupp, which makes me happy because as long as Cooper Kupp is doing good, then my fantasy team is looking great. And like I said, Cooper Kupp's been looking like a quarterback instead of a wide receiver points-wise on my team. Now, this week, I think these teams are going to shoot back and forth. They are both loving their offense, and I think the Rams' defense is going to be the key reason why they're going to beat the Cardinals this week, and the fact that the offense is just clicking so well and the chemistry is built so strong. I think the Rams pull out the victory 31-23. Seahawks and 49ers. The Seahawks took an L last week to the Vikings. The 49ers took an L last week to the Packers. But this week, and it pains me to say this, because out of all the teams in our division, I have the most hatred towards the 49ers. Not the fans, before 49ers fans here start flipping out. Just the 49ers team, okay? Because every time I feel like I show my anger towards a team, the fans take it personally, like I'm saying I hate you. No, it's the 49ers. You know, we had heated rivalry. They're my biggest rival in my opinion. Anyways, even though the 49ers lost last week, they fought. They stayed in it with the Packers. The Seahawks, man, they do not look like they're on the right track. They started off good, but I don't know what has happened. It does not look good the last couple weeks, and that is why I think we're going to lose this week. I really do. So until I see the Seahawks turn it around, they got to prove it to me, man. Russ, Cook, you got to show me that we can be better, and that's not what I've been seeing. The 49ers, they got fight. They look like they've been playing better. So in a close one, pains me to say this. Give me the 49ers, 27-24. Packers and Steelers. Speaking of teams that feel like they haven't shown up yet, the Steelers. I don't know what's going on there. The Steelers lost to the Bengals last week. The offense not looking good, and the Packers, they have fully turned it around from week one. Aaron Rodgers is back. He is not secretly trying to destroy the team from the inside, and with them clicking, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, those three, as long as they got their chemistry strong, then they are tough to stop. And that offense going off makes me think, with the Steelers, the way they're playing, I think the Packers will win 31-20. Ravens and Broncos. The Ravens got to win over the Lions last week. They made history. Justin Tucker made history with a game-winning field goal from 66 yards away. Justin Tucker kicking GOAT. You cannot tell me otherwise. In all of NFL history, Justin Tucker is the GOAT of kicking. No question. Then you got the Broncos, who did get a victory last week over the Jets. Not the most impressive victory, but still a win either way. I don't think that will be the case this week. I think the Broncos get brought down to earth by the Ravens. Even though the Ravens have been playing close games pretty much all their games, I think with an opponent like the Broncos, this might be the case where they can kind of, just sail easily through the waters against the Broncos. And I think with Lamar Jackson playing hopefully better and the rest of his offense stepping it up too, because they have not been perfect, but they've been good enough. They can be better though. So give me the Ravens beating the Broncos 26-20. Buccaneers and the Patriots. Tom Brady returns to Foxborough for the first time as a member of the Buccaneers. The Patriots lost last week to the Saints, and the Buccaneers lost to the Rams. Even though Tom Brady had a great game, they took the L. I do not think that'll be the case this week. I think this is where we will finally know, was it Belichick or Tom Brady? And in the 1 year where these two have been separated, it feels like Tom Brady was the key. Bill Belichick is still a great coach, but Brady seems like he's the one, the piece that the team always needed. He's got a squad around him, man. We already know all the weapons Tampa Bay has, and I think that is going to be the reason why. Tom Brady being the man who led that Patriots team all those years, now leading this Buccaneers team, he's gonna be better than Bill Belichick as a coach. I just think that's the case. So I think the Buccaneers beat the Patriots 30-17. Finally, Chargers and Raiders. The Raiders barely won against the Dolphins last week. Quite surprising since they've been playing so well this whole season. And then the Chargers, they beat the Chiefs last week. That was surprising, but the Chargers have looked good. Justin Herbert and Mike Williams been great. Keenan Allen, also a very good receiver there. And with them all playing that well, I think this is going to be a back and forth battle. I think it's going to be a fun game, and I think the Chargers are going to pull out the victory just barely. This time I don't think the Raiders come out on top in this close one. I think their offensive weapons are better, and even though I do like the Raiders defense, I still think the Chargers are gonna outplay them offensively, and I think that is gonna be the reason why the Chargers will win. So give me the Chargers beating the Raiders 27-24. If you made it to the end of this Kleschka picks, I want you to comment your favorite NFL player that is not on your team. Mine is Derrick Henry, so share yours down below. Like the video, subscribe, tell your mom, your dad, your grandma, your pets, friends, your brothers, sister, and let everybody know to subscribe right here to this channel if they haven't already, and cop yourself some of this new merch coming up right after this. I got this, you got this, we got this. See you later. Bye.